Hello everybody and welcome to the Creatrix YouTube channel. I welcome you all in a fresh session of analog electronics. And my dear friends, when I say we are going to learn analog electronics from the very basic, I mean it. We will be learning from the very basic level to the very advanced level along with a lots and lots of questions. So before we do that, let me first introduce myself for my friend who is meeting me for the first time. My dear friends, my name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR1 twice in GATE in 2014 and 2018. I was awarded the President of India Gold Medal in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. Till date, I have trained more than 1 lakh students in the online and the offline classes and presently working as a director at an academy for GATE department. But my dear friends, the reason behind this series is because of the huge demand of analog electronics and the belief that whenever you ask for anything, we are there to deliver. Yes, my dear friends, we are here for you. We are here delivering for you. And when we say it, we'll support you to the very fullest level. And this series will help you crack GATE with the top rank. It will enable EC student to get 12 out of 12 and 5 out of 5 for electrical students. So my dear friends, if you want to learn with us live, then you can join an academy using the code AnkitESE to get an immediate 10% discount. And not only, my dear friend, 10% discount, it also brings you under my guidance so that I can help you do something that I have done. I can at least take you near to this goal. Okay. So if you also dream the same thing, then join me in this journey on an academy subscription using the code AnkitESE. Now, my dear friend, if you like the content that I deliver, you can watch more of my free videos on this URL, tinyurl.com/AnkitESE. Here you will find all my videos arranged subject-wise, chapter-wise, and you will find great content for free. And you are definitely going to love it. You are definitely going to enjoy. It not only includes conceptual videos, but it also includes problem-solving sessions. So just visit this once and you will fall in love with this URL. Don't forget it. It is a lifeline for you. And if you love the content that we are delivering on YouTube, we have created the first ever video book for you guys, where you will find all the videos along with all the notes that we provide arranged subject wise, chapter wise. So now, my dear friends, your dreams are no longer dreams. They are becoming a reality because you are getting a top quality course, well arranged, well structured, and that too for free. So what can be better than that? What can be better than that? Nothing, my dear friends. So we have empowered the dreams of those who earlier used to think that only the person with a huge amount of money can crack GATE with a top rank. No, my dear friends, that is not the case. Even you can do. Even you can do it. But yes, just you need to believe in yourself and visit this link. But remember, this is a case sensitive link, so write this in uppercase. Other than that, if you join plus subscription, you get all the top educators like me teaching you live in daily lectures, along with providing you daily practice paper, weekly quiz, test series, previous year question, practice question, crash course, rank improvement batch, and most importantly, clearing your each and every doubt. So if you join plus subscription, it is an entire world inside it. So you don't have to look outside. Once you enter plus, every need of yours will be taken care of, and we will make your journey as smooth as possible towards that destination of getting under 100, under 10 rank. Believe me, my friend, you leave that strategy part to us. You leave the content part to us. You just work hard and we will make sure that you obtain the top rank in GATE and ESE. And Iconic is a big brother of Plus. Yes, this is a little brother. So Iconic gives you everything that a Plus subscription gives, along with much more. The major part of Iconic is this personal coach, a person dedicated to you on a daily basis to get you the top rank, guiding you, getting your schedule design, making your strategy. Everything that you need to get the top rank is being done by this personal coach. He'll also create a study planner for you, which you can follow blindly and reach your destination with utmost ease. They will be analyzing your test result and tell you where you are lacking, how you can improve. So that way, my dear friend, everybody else will get a standard analysis, but you will get an analysis just tailor-made for you. Along with it, we have included study material additionally, theory and question bank, and soon we'll be introducing interview guidance into this. So this will become a complete package for a student who wants to take that journey from being an average student to sitting into a PSU or a MTech seat. So for them, this journey will be just like driving a Lamborghini to work. So that sort of a experience, that sort of a royal experience we are going to give you. So let's move on to the lecture, and if you want to join Unacademy, just make sure you use the code AnkitESE to get my guidance as well as to get 10% over and above whatever Unacademy offers you. So now let's move on to the lecture, dear friends, and let's see what we have in store for you.
Hi guys, in the previous few videos we have discussed about MOSFET amplifiers, okay, and I have told you about the different amplifier configurations such as common source, common drain and common gate. In this video we will be studying how does the gain of amplifier vary with change in the signal frequency that is input to the amplifier. So we studied the same thing in BJT as well, where we studied two type of frequency responses, high frequency and the low frequency. So what did we see in BJT is, when we plot the graph between the voltage gain taken in dB and log of frequency, then the shape of the graph is something like this. Okay. So we defined two frequencies which are 3 dB below the maximum gain. One is called as FL and the other is called as this FH. And the difference between these two frequencies is called as your bandwidth. Okay. So we saw this region is called as the mid-band region. This is your low frequency and this is your high frequency. So what we saw, in case of low frequency, the gain reduces. Gain reduced due to two factors. First one was coupling capacitors, which cause voltage drop, and second one was bypass capacitor, which did not completely bypass the source resistance or emitter resistance, causing negative feedback. The other is high frequency. In high frequency region also the gain reduces. Now why does the gain reduces in high frequency region? It was due to internal or parasitic capacitances. Okay. Now in MOSFET these capacitances will include the capacitance between gate and source, the capacitance between gate and drain, and the capacitance between drain and source. There are three capacitances that are formed in a MOSFET. Suppose this is a MOSFET. I am taking NMOS. One capacitance is between gate and source. One capacitance between gate and drain, and the last capacitance between the drain and the source. Other than this, which capacitances will also be present? Wire and lead capacitances, which we usually ignore. So the gain that we were deriving up to now was the mid-band gain, which does not change with the frequency, but our focus now will be finding the 3 dB frequencies, the cutoff frequency or the half power frequency, which is FL and FH. So we will be studying this frequency response in two parts. One is the low frequency response and the other is the high frequency response. So let us first start with the low frequency response. So what I told in BJT is we have to design the small signal model. But in that small signal model, we don't short circuit the capacitors. We keep the capacitors as it is. So see, Vs, Rs. Now don't remove this CC1. Keep this CC1 in the circuit. This is CC1. Then we have reached the gate terminal. Between gate and source, we will have the voltage VGS. Then source is connected. Then the source is connected to a capacitor CS. But there should also be a resistance at the source terminal, that is Rs. There should always be a resistance. So I will show two things, Rs and CS. Okay. Now between gate, drain and source, we have a current source GM, VGS. In parallel to GM VGS, we have a resistance RD. Then this terminal will be grounded. We will have another resistance between drain and ground, that is capital RD. Then between drain and V0 we have a capacitor CC2. Then we have another resistance, that is capital RL. So that will be the small signal model. But if you see between gate and the ground, there is one more resistance, which is RG. Okay. That is the entire small signal model of this amplifier. Now what I told you is, in low frequency response, the low cutoff frequency is given as 1 by 2 pi RC, where R is equivalent resistance across capacitor with other capacitors shorted. When you short circuit other capacitors, then R is the resistance that appears across the particular capacitor. Now I told you in BJT as well, we will derive the cutoff frequency for each and every capacitor. Then how will we find the overall lower cutoff frequency? The overall lower cutoff frequency is always derived as the maximum of three cutoff frequencies that we will derive, FL1, FL2 and FL3. So that will be the overall lower cutoff frequency. So first let us derive the FL1. FL1, this I am saying it is due to CC1. Now when you want to derive the cutoff frequency due to CC1, what you will do is, you will short circuit this Vs. You will short circuit the other capacitors. Okay. So I short circuit the other capacitors like this. Now I want to find the resistance across this CC1. If you see this Rs and Rg, they are in series. So what is the equivalent resistance across CC1? It is Rs plus Rg. Then FL1 would be 1 by 2 pi Rs plus Rg into CC1. That will be the lower cutoff frequency due to CC1. Similarly, I want to find the lower cutoff frequency due to CC2. For that, I need to find the resistance across CC2. For now, what you will do is, you will short circuit this CC1, but you will not short circuit this CC2. So we will short circuit this CC1, but CC2 will be here. Now if you want to find out the resistance across CC2, see, this resistance is connected to ground, this is also connected to ground. So can you say that these two resistances are in parallel? Yes, they are in parallel. Both their terminals are common. Then their parallel combination is in series with RL. So what is the resistance across CC2? Small rd in parallel with capital RD plus RL. That means the lower cutoff frequency is 1 by 2 pi RD parallel capital RD plus RL into CC2. Now most of the time this small rd is very large, so it is RD plus RL into CC2. That will be your lower cutoff frequency due to CC2. Now what I will do is, for the third cutoff frequency, I will not remove this CS, but I will remove the other two capacitors. So this capacitor is shorted. We need to find the resistance across these terminals. Now see one thing, one approximation that I am making. I want the third cutoff frequency FL3, but that is due to CS. I want this. In that case, what I will do now is, I will say that ignore RD, because RD is very high. If you ignore this RD, this will become open circuited. I want to find the resistance across this terminal. So what I will do is, I will apply a voltage source here, V. I want to find the ratio of V and I. Now the current here is, suppose IS. What is this IS? IS is simply V by RS. This is sum of two currents. How? One current is this GM VGS and other is this I. These two are getting added and going into RS. Now I want to find VGS. What is the voltage across this resistance? 0 volt. Now apply KVL like this. So what I will say, 0 equal to VGS plus V, which means VGS is minus V. So IS is V by RS equal to I minus GMV, which means I is equal to V GM plus 1 by RS, or you can say V by I, which is equal to R is equal to RS parallel 1 by GM. So we can find the third lower cutoff frequency from here, 1 by 2 pi R into CS. Once we have the three cutoff frequencies, the overall cutoff frequency is taken as maximum of the three frequencies. Okay. So remember, no matter which transistor you are dealing with, when you are being asked about the low frequency response, the capacitances that you have to consider are coupling capacitor and the bypass capacitor. You have to find the resistance across each capacitance and then apply 1 by 2 pi RC to find the cutoff frequency. And for lower cutoff frequency, we have to take maximum of all the lower cutoff frequencies. Now moving to the other side of the response, that is the high frequency response. The high frequency response is similar to a low pass filter like this. Okay. This is your upper cutoff frequency that I want to derive, FH. Now in high frequency response, what capacitance do we consider? We consider here the internal capacitances. Okay. But we will do one thing, is we will short CC1, CC2 and CS. External capacitances will be short circuited and we will consider only internal capacitance. Now let me draw the model that I drew earlier. First I took the source voltage Vs in series with source resistance Rs. Then there was CC1. I have short circuited that CC1. Then we had a resistance Rg. Then we have gate to source voltage VGS. But due to bypass capacitor, this terminal is grounded. What I mean to say here is, if you short circuit this CS, this source terminal will be grounded. Okay. So this is grounded. Then between drain and source we have a current source GM VGS. In parallel to this current source we have a resistance RD. Between drain and the ground we have another resistance capital RD. If you short circuit CC2, then you will have another capacitance, that is the another resistance, load resistance. Now I need to show the internal capacitances. Which capacitances are there? CGS, CDS and CGD. So if you plot these or draw these three capacitances, the first capacitance will be here CGS, the second capacitance will be here, that is CGD, and the third capacitance will be here CDS. As in BJT, if we want to find the cutoff frequency, I will want to find the resistance across each capacitor, so that I can apply the expression 1 by 2 pi RC. But there is one hindrance to that process, that we have a capacitance between the input and output terminal, that is CGD. So what we do in high frequency response, we use Miller's theorem to resolve CGD at input and output. So what is the Miller capacitance at the input? It is CGD 1 minus voltage gain. What is Miller capacitance at the output? CGD 1 minus 1 by voltage gain. Now if you resolve this capacitance into two capacitances, then what will happen? I will draw one more capacitance here and one more capacitance here. This capacitance is Miller capacitance at the input. This is Miller capacitance at the output. Now what is the net capacitance at the input? It is CGS plus CMI. What is the net capacitance at the output? CDS plus CMO. Now we need the resistance across each of these capacitors. For that, I will short circuit this supply voltage. Now tell me, what is the resistance across input capacitance? It is RS parallel RG. So I will say resistance across input capacitance is RS parallel RG, which means the first upper cutoff frequency is 1 by 2 pi Ri Ci, where this Ci I wrote as CGS plus CMI, and CMI was CGD 1 minus AV. Now what is the resistance across output capacitor? There are three resistances, RD, capital RD and RL. All three are in parallel. So RD parallel capital RD parallel capital RL. So the other upper cutoff frequency would be 1 by 2 pi R0 into C0, where this C0 was CDS plus CMO and this CMO is CGD 1 minus 1 by AV. So how you will find the overall upper cutoff frequency? It is minimum of the two frequencies FH1 and FH2. That is the minimum of the two cutoff frequencies FH1 and FH2. Is it fine? So again remember, a same case as in BJT, when we are studying the high frequency response, we will make use of the Miller's theorem to resolve one capacitor connecting the input and output into two capacitors, one at the input terminal and the other at the output terminal. Okay. Next, let us talk about unity gain bandwidth. So we say that unity gain frequency is given as Ft. It is the frequency at which gain becomes 1. Now to derive this frequency, what I will do is, I will find out common source. Like in BJT we were talking about common emitter. Common source short circuit current gain. I will try and find out the common source short circuit current gain. So let me draw the model again. We had RS, then we had RG. Then between gate and source I showed you a capacitance CGS. Then the voltage across gate source terminal was VGS. This source was grounded. We had a current source GMVGS. In parallel to this current source we had small rd. Then we had a capacitor CDS. Then we had capital RD. Then we have this RL. And we had one capacitance here, that was CGD. Now I am talking about the short circuit current gain. So instead of RL, I will replace this RL by a short circuit. Okay, like this. If you replace this RL by short circuit, then this RD is gone. This CDS is shorted. This small RD is also shorted. So what I will do is, I will remove all these like this. Okay. Now all these are short circuited. So I need to find, what I need to find is, I need to find the ratio of output current to the input current. The current gain is the ratio of output current to the input current. Now suppose this II current is coming. This II current will get divided into two parts. Or let us ignore this RG also. If you ignore this RG, stating that RG is very high, this II current will be divided into two parts. In which two parts it will be divided? One in this one, suppose I1, other in this one, I2. So what I will say is II is equal to sum of two currents I1 and I2. How to find I1? The voltage across capacitor is VGS. What is the impedance of capacitor? 1 by j omega CGS. So it is j omega CGS into VGS. That is I1. What about I2? The voltage here is VGS. The voltage at the other end is 0. So I2 is VGS minus 0 over 1 by j omega CGD. So it is j omega CGD VGS. Now you can say that input current is sum of two currents, j omega CGS plus CGD into VGS. What about output current? Output current is basically, this is I2 is coming, I2 is dividing into two parts, I0 and GM VGS. So I0 is I2 minus GM VGS. What is I2? I2 was j omega CGD VGS minus GM VGS, or you can say minus GM minus j omega CGD VGS. So what is the short circuit current gain? Output current by input current, VGS will get cancelled, minus GM minus j omega CGD by j omega CGS plus CDS. If you ignore this j omega CGD in terms of GM in comparison to GM, you will write like this. Sorry, CGD. Okay. Now, you want the magnitude of gain to be 1. If the gain is 1, it is GM by omega t. Omega t is the unity gain frequency, CGS plus CGD. From here I can say that omega t is CGS plus CGD by GM. Okay. Sorry, not this. Actually the reciprocal. GM by CGS plus CGD. Or you can say the unity gain frequency is GM by 2 pi CGS plus CGD. Same sort of formula we derived in BJT. There we had GM by 2 pi C pi plus C mu. Here it is CGS plus CGD. So unity gain bandwidth can be asked directly in examination. This formula is important from exam point of view. So if I summarize what we have covered in this video, I have told you about the low frequency response. Here I have told you consider three capacitances always, CC1, CC2 and CS, and find lower cutoff frequency corresponding to each one of them, and then FL is basically maximum of the three frequencies, FL1, FL2 and FL3. Then we have talked about high frequency response. Here we have considered three capacitances, CGS, CGD and CDS. This I resolved into two capacitances, CMI, CMO. We calculated two cutoff frequencies, one at the input and the other at the output. Then overall cutoff frequency is minimum of these two, FHI and FHO. and then we computed the unity gain frequency, which is Gm by 2 pi CGS plus CGD. Okay, that is the unity gain frequency Ft. So that is all that we have derived in this video. So that is all about the frequency response of MOSFET, and as you have seen, now this process should be very simple for you to find the cutoff frequency, because it is exactly same in BJT and MOSFET. You don't have to memorize anything. Okay, so that is all from this video. Thank you.
So for 12 months the pricing is 3250, but if you apply the code Ankit ESE, it becomes 27225. For 18 months it will be 34650, and for 24 months 39600. Believe me my dear friend, this is the most affordable pricing, and the longer duration subscriptions are more cost effective as compared to shorter duration. Like here it will cost you 1650 per month. Okay, this will be 2000 per month approx. This will be around 2250 per month. Then if you go for Iconic for 12 months, it is 5250 with code Ankit ESE, it becomes 45225, and 2 year subscription becomes 66600. So the choice is your, but take a longer duration subscription for more cost effective solution, and to give GATE and ESE at least 2 times, so that if you once crack GATE, in the next attempt you can even get ESE. And other than that, my friends, you can download the Unacademy Learning app right now, because there we provide live classes for free, test series and live quizzes for free. And once you download it, make sure that you follow this profile. This is my profile, so that whenever I come live, you will get the notification. And this is the Telegram channel for our team. Here you will find all the lecture links, all the lecture files, and all the links for the special classes. Other than that, my friend, my personal Telegram channel also you can join, t.me/GateAIR1. Here you can get in touch with me and we can take this journey together. Okay. Other than that, we have other YouTube channels like Mechanical, Civil and Telugu, JEE channel, Computer Science, Gate Question and Electrical Junction, Pathshala and GS Terminal. Electrical Junction contains short videos of great concepts. Pathshala provides you animated content. JEE preparation can be done through these 2 channels, Unacademy SSC JEE and GS Terminal. And you can refer the other channels to the other friends in respective branches, so that they can also be benefited. At last, I would like to say, please share, like and subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel, and not only subscribe, press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever a new video comes. And share these videos among all your college group, among all your friends, so that we can create the first ever revolution of free education in field of GATE and ESE. Thank you to everybody for dedicating time to watching this video. Please move on to the next one as well, and take the benefit of all the free content that we are providing. And in case you have completed the series, do make sure you watch the other subjects available on this channel. Thank you.